exemplified the core values of the Order of the Arrow and service to the Lodge. Jacob Vassalati, please stand up. So for anyone who's been in this lodge for any significant amount of time will probably know Jacob. Throughout his scouting career, Jacob has strived to get involved in countless positions in our troop and positions in the lodge, such as chapter secretary-in-chief, and on the lodge level, such as banquet chairman, planning this great event, and honors chairman. As chapter secretary, Jacob made himself known as an asset with his outstanding organizational skills. He served in this position for 3 years and diligently worked to make himself more than just someone who took the notes. He helped in whatever way he could, and was even a leader to the chapter when that wasn't officially his job title. At the time, the chiefs of the chapter were not as devoted as they should have been. Jacob, being third in command, took over the position of chapter chief and secretary. When Sean Butler became the chief, he looked to Jacob to help him with every step along the way. The accomplishments that were achieved since then would not have been possible without the great and devoted work of Jacob. Jacob was next elected to the chapter chief position, where he has truly made his mark on the lodge for the past year. Jacob knew from the start what he wanted to do with the chapter, and that was to continue building where Sean had left off, because they had worked together closely and they shared many of the goals. He asked Sean the year before to reorganize the chapter so there was structure in the committees so that he could take off running during his year. He also wanted to re-energize the chapter and get more attendance and excitement in the members. He started this as secretary by helping bring in Braden Mannering to help with Braden's nonprofit organization. That meeting, Iron Hill had a record attendance. Jacob moved on to continue his year's chief by bringing in snacks, food, and prizes for attendance. Because of this, Jacob's administration quickly became one to remember. I am so glad that I was able to serve under Jacob as chapter secretary of this time, because his enthusiasm changes the mood of every rainy day of service, difficult projects, or unexpected tasks that was presented to Jacob in the chapter. His dedication to the chapter only grew stronger in this position, and Aram in not having a ride was never an excuse to attend for Jacob. He would give other members rides to and from activities, some being completely out of this way. Jacob is also great at offering advice. Whenever I had any questions regarding our troop or the chapter, Jacob was there to answer them. He has made me a better leader and never does anything for me until I ask. He stays involved without taking over, helps and encourages when needed, and is also there as a friend to make scouting a better experience for everyone he encounters. Finally, his cheerful attitude towards anyone who needs it is fantastic, and what most people needed to ensure that they were an important part of the chapter. Jacob will never be afraid to do one more thing himself, even as his plate is full, because of his devotion to the chapter and lodge. Jacob is the sole reason that I, and many others, initially became involved in the lodge, and has encouraged me to do more ever since. He really pushes for people from Troop 2, his home troop, to come to meetings, and being a member of that troop, sees those scouts every Thursday and convinces them to participate. He has also continued to uphold the Troop 2 legacy in Intego Lodge with his dedication, enthusiasm, and even wearing the Burger King crowns. Aaron Goodman was a devoted man of service. He sought to help out everyone he met and made a lasting impression on everyone that he encountered. Jacob reminds me of everything that I have heard about Goodman. He is sure to leave behind his stamp on the lodge and make an impression on everyone he meets. He is what the Founders Award is looking for, and this is why I'm very honored and privileged to present Jacob Vassalati with the 2017 Founders Award.